This podcast is produced by the Harwood Productions Podcast Network. To learn more about the network and to find more of our shows, visit us online at www.harwoodpodcast.com.
Hey everybody, welcome to Live from Basics. I'm Kevin Harris.
And I'm George Merrill.
And today we have a very special guest, Laura Zucker.
And when is she coming in?
Is she here yet?
I haven't seen her.
Let's go look in the parking lot.
Okay.
Okay, let's see.
There's a tree.
Sorry, Mrs. Zucker.
I wonder if the professionals have to go through all this.
A cassava is a melon.
Laura, welcome to Live from Basics.
Thank you.
So, we'll start the in-depth questionnaire now. Where were you born?
With the hard question.
Mm-hmm.
I was born in Highland Park, New Jersey. And I lived most of my life in New Jersey in various parts. I went to college in New Jersey, and then I went to, did I say this out loud? I went to law school in New Jersey. Ooh. And it was all Jersey, and then I came out here 5 years ago.
So when you were, so you grew up there, and what was your childhood like?
Highland Park was a great place to grow up because it was a mile square. It was a tiny little town, and it was the sort of, I guess they called it the bedroom community for Rutgers University, which was within walking distance of my house. I was still am, the youngest of 3 kids. And my father he started out as a disc jockey for a local radio station, and then he came to work for Rutgers in their radio and TV production thing.
Yeah.
So we had a long affiliation with the university.
Now, what kind of stuff did you listen to when you were growing up?
We had all kinds of musical influences. My mother was an opera singer.
Really?
When she met my dad. In fact, that's how they met. He was the engineer at the radio station recording her light opera company.
Huh.
And so she listened to a lot of classical music and opera, and there was a lot of that playing. My dad could not carry a tune in a bucket, but he loved music. And he liked to listen to all of the folk music that was part of that day, like Harry Belafonte and the Weavers, mm-hmm. and Murray and Miranda. And it's that early world music and folk music. Mm-hmm. But I would say that my biggest influence came from the stuff that I started listening to when I became a music sentient being. And it probably comes as no surprise that was a lot of James Taylor, mm-hmm. Livingston Taylor, Joni Mitchell.
So when you were growing, like around that time, when did you start playing an instrument?
I started piano lessons when I was about 9 or 10. And in fact, I took piano lessons all the way through college. I started playing guitar at summer camp. You know, I was 12 or 13. And right. I played a little bit all through high school. But as I said, 3 chords and, right. and not. It wasn't sort of my defining thing. And I went to college. I was in a band. I don't even think I really played. I did some solo work in college.
So then when did you first get into the actual writing aspect of your music?
I wrote a couple songs in college. There were a lot of songs that deserved not to survive.
Well, you know, at that time of life, you know, you're still kind of figuring it out, you know. So what is life like these days for you?
Life is just really hectic.
Because
Well, in addition to the music and the day job, I have 3 kids. And they're 16, 14, and 11. And that's very time-consuming. They want things. They have to go places.
so you're like
I have to feed them.
You're like mom the taxi.
I am mom the cook, mom the taxi, mom the mediator. It makes it challenging to get out and do music.
So how do you carve that out?
Well, the short version of this story is my ex and I share custody of the kids, so I have them every other week. And on the off week, I get out as many nights as I can and I do music.
So tell us a little bit about this first song that we're going to play, The Owl, here. So what's this first song? Where did that one come from?
This was one of the first songs that I wrote, and it's about being awake at 2 o'clock in the morning. You know, everybody's had a night like that where you're just lying awake and everything is quiet and your thoughts are just racing around in your head. And outside my bedroom window was a stand of redwood trees, and there was a family of owls that lived there. And because I was awake at 2 o'clock in the morning, I would hear them start to talk. And it was a very parallel experience, because they're out there saying, you know, who?
Mm-hmm.
I was like, yeah, right, exactly.
I love this. Is a cool tune. I really like this tune a lot. I love singing the chorus part on this one. This is really cool.
Yeah.
There's a tree outside my window where an owl wakes with the fading light. And as I lie awake and restless, the owl talks to me in the night. I look out, but I don't see him. He's hidden in the branches of the trees. But when the moon shines through the redwoods, the owl speaks to me, and he says, gonna fill your soul? Who's gonna make everything alright? Who is gonna make you whole? Who's gonna get you through this dark night? I am lost and I am weary. I am drifting out to sea. I am looking for direction. Won't somebody look for me? The owl says, gonna fill your soul? Who's gonna make everything alright? Who is gonna make you whole? Who's gonna get you through make everything alright? Who is gonna make you whole? Who's gonna get you through this dark night? This dark night. This dark night. This dark night.
Well, here we are at the studio now, so it'd be great to hear from you and find out what it's like when you come in. You call up Kevin. You want to come in and record something. What is it that you bring to him in the studio? Do you come in and play a song for him? In what form?
Usually, by the time I call Kevin and tell him I want to come in and work, I've got pretty much everything done with the vocal and the guitar part. And so I come in here and I'll play the whole thing for Kevin, and then he gets a sense of tempo and the feel of the song, and we talk about what it is I want it to feel like. And then we just start, we do separate vocal track, guitar track, and then Kevin does everything else, which is just incredible.
And then she usually falls asleep while I'm doing all this stuff.
Is this take place all in one day for the most part, or does it happen over a series of days, or what?
Usually it takes a couple days. Well, I mean, it depends on the song. It depends on the level of production. And frankly, how good I am at getting my parts done. It's very different for me because I'm a solo act, I'm a songwriter, and so I'm so used to singing and playing at the same time. So for me to sit down and just do the guitar, it's very disconcerting because I'll just be playing, and if I'm not singing, there's nothing really to anchor it for me. And I'm frequently chastised by my engineer.
Oh, we know about that.
Well, that's true for a lot of people, because there's a lot of people come in and they're used to being a solo performer,
Right.
and to try to sort of separate those two entities. For some people they can do it, and some people it's like, no, these two are glued together. It's like I have to play and sing at the same time.
Right. Yeah, it's hard. The first CD, I was just so blown away to be part of this process.
Yeah.
It was so much fun, and everything that Kevin put on, I was like, oh my God, that's so great.
And he makes it fun, and it all takes place quickly. And
it was fun, and so everything was great. You can feel so vulnerable in here because it's such a personal experience, and you're doing something that's very close to the bone. To be able to laugh while you're doing it and not have everything so deadly serious is just great.
So do you record every song you write?
I don't record every song. Since I've been at this such a short amount of time, at first I did. I recorded every song. I'm writing more. It's getting easier to write, so I have more songs, and I am able to be a little more discerning about. I think I have a little bit too much, maybe, censorship going on, and now I'm saying, I don't think I'm going to record that one. No, that stinks.
Yeah, it can tip the other way, too, to where it's like...
yeah, my pendulum is still swinging.
Yeah. All right, so this next song that we're going to be doing is rather mysterious because it's named Blues in G. And I think I can speak for the rest of us. What key is this in, everyone?
Well, I was surprised to find out that it was actually an E.
Yes, I was I was surprised to find that out.
Surprised is
Yes.
putting it mildly.
Yes, I was quite astonished.
Shocked
Actually.
and horrified.
I was expecting, I thought, I can play a G.
Straightforward.
So.
There's nothing straightforward about this song, I'm afraid. This was the only song, well, this and one other, that survived my college writing days. I wrote this in 1980.
Well, at least it's still 19, so that's good.
And I wrote it about somebody that I had a huge crush on, whose name started with G.
I thought it was a capo guitar.
No.
See?
It's about a particular person, and
Slide.
I've never told anybody who that person is.
Very interesting.
And the other thing is, all of you said, well, I thought this was going to be a, straightforward blues song, but I really had no idea what I was doing. I had a song in my head, and I just wrote it, and I didn't know there was such a thing as, a standard blues progression or a certain number of measures, or I had no idea.
It makes for some interesting playing, I think.
Yes.
I mean it in a good way, though. It's a lot of fun.
It's like just when you think it's going to go to it
goes somewhere completely else.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I kind of hope that I am able to keep that, the not really knowing what I'm doing, because I think it does sometimes make for a more interesting song.
You've got the power, you've got the charm. You sure know how to trip that little love alarm. You set the fires to burning. You set hearts and heads to turning now. You've got that special way of brightening up even the darkest day. Maybe it's your smile, or maybe it's just that style. The way you do the things you do, that's got everyone in love with you. You know everyone's in love with you. You've got the magic, you cast a spell, and everybody's buying what you don't even sell. Could be you're shy, but I can't imagine why. Don't you see the things I do? And you know everyone's in love with you. You know they're in love with you. Well, you've got the power to hypnotize, but I never thought I would let you. But I went under the moment I met you, darling, when I looked into those magic eyes. You've got the power to hypnotize, but I never thought I would let you. But I went under the moment I met you, darling, when I looked into those magic eyes. Well, now I'm enchanted, I'm on a cloud. I couldn't resist, and so I'll join the crowd. Well, they all love you, dreaming of you, and so I guess my feelings nothing new. 'Cause you know everyone's in love with you. You know they're in love with you. It's true, well, everyone's in love with you. Me too, well, everyone's in love with you. Holy schmoly.
What albums are in your vast catalog at
In
this
my
point?
vast catalog
Ta-da.
at this point, two.
Yeah.
The first one, released in 2006, it's called Left Foot Forward, which is a line from one of the songs. And A Step Ahead.
I have that one.
Notice the theme there. There's boots all over the albums and all over my feet. And then I guess I'll probably have another one this summer.
And where can we get these?
You can get them from my website, laurazucker.com. CD Baby. You can download I think the entire CDs or selected songs from iTunes.
So, what advice would you give an up-and-coming songwriter?
The music and creating music is just, for me, the most wonderful thing in the universe. The music business of getting songs out there or trying to get people to hear them or, God forbid, make any money with your songs, it's really hard and really discouraging and can be very demoralizing. So my advice and what I'm learning is to really savor and connect with the moments of creation and recognize these are two separate things.
They really are.
And if, you know, what I'm trying to do is just take the next step, play the gigs, meet the people, you know, play for other people, be a resource for other people. And it's really, it's like anything else. If you make the connections with people and you enjoy what you're doing, and you bring something to it,
Sure.
you will succeed because you're doing what you love.
Yeah.
People will love to be with you doing what you all love to do.
This song, I remember when you first brought it in, it was like, whoa. It was, it's an amazing song. So tell us where that came from.
I started writing Memorial Day when I was driving back from Kerrville to the San Antonio airport. It was Memorial Day. And it was about an hour and a half drive. And on my way, I'm watching people going off to their various Memorial Day celebrations. And I was seeing families pulling kids in wagons, and they've got, you know, flags and streamers. And I thought, wow, you know, this is a holiday. This is a day that people observe. And I wondered how much of the observance actually had to do with recognizing the sacrifice that so many people have made in fighting for our country, to keep our country free. That started me thinking. I came home and I was driving back to my house in Lafayette, California, and it was right about the time that somebody in Lafayette started putting up these little white crosses on a very visible hillside. They decreed they would put up one cross for every casualty in the Iraq War until the war was over. And by that time, there were a significant number of crosses, you know, several hundred, maybe even over 1,000 at that point. And, you know, I have a 16-year-old son. I started thinking about all of these things were kind of stewing in my brain, and I just thought, you know, nobody wants to lose a child ever, and I certainly would not want to lose my child to a war, and I'm sure every parent who had a child who lost his or her life feels the same way, and so that's where that song came from.
It was, I was telling George about this, that one of the things that was really amazing to me is that day that we went over and Cameron shot the video for this song, and we were there,
Right.
and like standing amongst and like, you know, inches away from these crosses, and it was hugely moving. You know, you see them from the freeway and you go, wow, you know. And I think at the time when we did that, I want to say, weren't there about 4,000 or something like that? It was a lot.
Yeah, which, by the way, that video that Cameron shot was just, it was fabulous. We went out there and he filmed me walking around in the crosses, and then had me come back here and do some green screen stuff. And it was the first time I'd ever done a music video, so it turned out so beautifully. And there's a link on my website.
Cool.
To it.
Wow.
Thanks for having your eyes wide open on that Memorial Day and catching the original idea.
In a town in California, on a hillside off the highway, you can see as you drive through stand thousands of crosses made of wood and painted white. Some are older, some are new, to put us in mind of the soldiers who've died, and of the price that we pay when ideas turn to words and then too quickly turn to war. Well, I'm proud of my country, but my heart sinks a little deeper as each day I count more, and I sigh and say, there's got to be another way. In Seattle, down in New Orleans, in Highland Park, New Jersey, Nashville, Tennessee, it's a whisper, you can't quite make it out. Let's keep the whisper growing till it becomes a shout, that we will never lose another child to war, 'cause that's not what a mother's tears are for. Our hearts are aching for all those hearts breaking, for the losses we tally at the end of every May, every Memorial Day. We have raised every child to be loving, to play fair, and to do whatever's right, to be kind and upstanding. And then we send them off with weapons and we tell them they must fight. How does a mother reconcile her pride with the news her child has just died? Well, there are proms, graduations, there's home runs and recitals, there is dancing in the rain, curtain calls and reunions. A mother's tears ought to come from her joy and not her pain. Let's create some other choices by raising our voices in Chicago, down in East LA, South Bend, Indiana, in Allentown, PA. It's a whisper, you can't quite make it out. We gotta keep the whisper growing till it becomes a shout, that we will never lose another child to war, 'cause that's not what a mother's tears are for. Our hearts are aching for all those hearts breaking, for the losses we tally at the end of every May, every Memorial Day. We need a visual reminder, a tribute to the strong and the brave. But speaking for myself, I know which is worse, following the leader, following the hearse in Durango, up in Albany, in Phoenix, Arizona, in Washington, D.C. It's a whisper, you can't quite make it out. We gotta keep the whisper growing till it becomes a shout, that we will never lose another child to war, 'cause that's not what a mother's tears are for. Our hearts are aching for all those hearts breaking, for the losses we tally at the end of every May, every Memorial Day.
like to thank today's featured artist, Laura Zucker. It has been a ton of fun doing her tunes with her. For more information on Laura, go to our website and go to the Live from Base 6 page, and we'll have all kinds of information about her and how to get hold of her music. And also, if you'd like to get one of our cool Live from Base 6 t-shirts, go to our online store. Well, that's our show. We're out of here. Laura, welcome to Live from Base 6.
Thank you for having me.
Oh. Excuse me.
Clear it out. Oh,
Whoa,
me.
whoa, man.
Oh my God. Jesus and Mary. Well, here, Laura, you find ourselves, or we find ourselves here in the studio. We should start again because that's just ridiculous.
Really know the words to this song.
Hey, everybody!
Ew. What are you doing?
I know, I was back here kind of going, but I'll stop that. I need more, because I sucked.
Oh.
All right, are you done sucking?
Yeah, that will be it. So.
Love for me.
That was a good start.
It's getting shorter and shorter all the time.
I can't work like this. Is that unsleepy
I
enough?
was a little,
for you?
I was a little caffeinated that time. There's a tree. Okay, we're going up. All right, we're going up.
No.
Oh, please. Go right ahead.
No, you first.
No, you go.
No, I really think you should.
Oh, you're rolling already. Okay, well then, that's great. Okay, everybody, that's been our show for. You for laughing. We would like to thank our. What's your name again? I would like to thank. All right, I'll do like this.
Oh, that's good.
That's great.
That's awesome.
It's been a great. Let me try it one more time. I'd like to thank. I'd like to thank. I'd like to thank. Come on. Dad. I'd like to thank. I can't do this. I'd like to thank. Okay.
I'd like to thank.
I know I would. It has been a great, fun time playing her. And also, if you'd like to get one of our cool live. Not yet. Go back. Visit our store.
Okay, that was way too long.
Little pedal to the metal there. Mush, I say. If you'd like to eventually get one of our Live from Base 6 t-shirts. And also, if you'd like to get one of our cool Live from Base 6 t-shirts, visit our online store.
I'm about to run into you back here. Start that again.
Visit our online store. Fearing for my life.
I'm the one on the card.
I know. And also, if you'd like to get one of our cool Live from Base 6 t-shirts, go to our online store. T-shirt. Okay, shut up now.